Welcome to Lexovia, where emotions breathe through words, where stories touch the soul, and where every moment reminds you of your true worth. She sat alone on a park bench as the sun slowly set, painting the sky in orange and gold. Her phone buzzed. Another email, another rejection. The words on the screen blurred as her eyes filled with tears. We've decided to move forward with another candidate. Her heart sank. Around her, life moved on. Children laughed, the wind carried distant music, but inside, everything was quiet. Why am I never enough? She whispered softly to herself. The night fell, wrapping the city in silence. In a cold office filled with humming computers, she sat alone, typing. The clock ticked past midnight, yet she stayed. While others went home, she believed that working harder would finally make them see her worth. Coffee cups piled up beside her, her tired eyes still fixed on the screen. But the recognition she craved never came. The next morning brought another meeting. She watched as her boss proudly presented her idea, her work, to the room. The team clapped. Compliments flew around. She forced a small smile, but deep down, her chest burned. She had given her best, and someone else took the credit. That night, she stood in front of the mirror, staring at her reflection, eyes red, soul heavy. Maybe I'm just not good enough, she whispered. But something deep inside her spoke back, soft yet firm, or maybe you're just not where you belong. The next day, she made a choice, quiet but powerful. She packed her things, closed her laptop, and walked out. No anger, no tears, just peace. As she stepped into the sunlight, a strange calm washed over her. It wasn't the end, it was the beginning. Days passed. She found herself in a small cafe, notebook open, a cup of warm coffee beside her. The words began to flow again, not for others, but for herself. No pressure, no expectations, just pure, honest expression. Time moved, and so did she. She learned, failed, tried again. Every mistake became a lesson, every sunrise a new chance. For the first time in her life, she wasn't chasing anyone's approval. She was building herself. Months later, everything changed. A hall filled with lights, applause, and the echo of her own name. She stood on a stage, heart trembling, eyes shining. The project she had built with her own hands had touched thousands. People were clapping for her, not for what she pretended to be, but for who she truly was. In the crowd sat her old boss. Quiet, still, his eyes said everything: regret, realization, respect. He once replaced her, but now he understood something he never did before: she was irreplaceable. The next morning, the city woke under a golden sunrise. She stood on her balcony, wind in her hair, sunlight on her skin, peace in her heart. She closed her eyes and smiled, not because the world finally saw her, but because she finally saw herself. Soft music rises, warm and emotional. When you forget your worth, the world does too. But when you remember it, no one can replace you. Moral of the story: never measure your worth by how others see you. The world may overlook your light, but when you start believing in yourself, you become impossible to replace. Because true worth isn't given, it's realized.